It happened 4 days ago. A normal conversation. You said a normal thing. Nobody gasped, nobody stormed out. By every visible measure, it was fine. And yet here you are, at a red light, suddenly back inside it, replaying the exact moment, hearing your own voice say the slightly off thing, wincing, and then, helpfully, your brain offers you the perfect version, the thing you should have said. Funnier, smoother, 4 days too late. You do it in the shower, you do it falling asleep. You'll probably do it again tomorrow with a conversation from last year for good measure. And the whole time, a quieter voice in the back of your head is asking the obvious question. Why won't this just stop? Nobody else is thinking about this. Why am I? Here's the answer, and it's going to make you feel a lot less broken. Your brain is not malfunctioning, it's running 3 specific programs all at once, all working exactly as designed. They're just pointed at the wrong target. Let me show you each one. First, notice the shape of which conversations come back. It's almost never the ones that went well. You don't lie awake savoring the meeting where you nailed it. You replay the one where you fumbled, the open door, the unfinished business, the moment that didn't resolve the way you wanted. That's the first clue, and it points straight at a discovery made nearly 100 years ago by a scientist watching waiters. Real quick, if your brain has ever served you a cringe memory completely unprompted while you were trying to enjoy your day, do me a favor and like this video. It tells the algorithm to show it to the next overthinker. Okay, back to the waiters. In the 1920s, a psychologist named Zeigarnik noticed something strange about waiters in a Vienna cafe. While an order was still open, unpaid, in progress, they could remember it in perfect detail. Every dish, every table. But the second the bill was paid and the order closed, the whole thing evaporated from their memory. Done. Gone. So she took it into the lab. She gave people a bunch of little tasks, and she interrupted them partway through some of them. Then she asked what they remembered. And the result became a law of psychology. People remembered the interrupted, unfinished tasks about twice as well as the ones they got to complete. That's the Zeigarnik effect. Your mind treats an unfinished thing as an open loop, and it refuses to let go of an open loop. It keeps it loaded, active, nagging, pinging you, until the loop is closed. Now look at what a bad conversation actually is. It's an open loop. You didn't say the thing, you didn't get the resolution. The moment ended, but in your head it never closed. There's no bill paid, no clean ending, so your brain does exactly what it did with the waiter's order. It keeps it open. It keeps reminding you it's open, forever if it has to. The replay isn't your brain being cruel, it's your brain being responsible. It thinks there's still a task on the table. It's holding the door because, as far as it knows, you're still coming back to finish. But that raises a problem, and it's the cruel twist at the center of all this. You cannot close this loop. The conversation is over. The moment is gone. There is no perfect line you can say 4 days later. Your brain is demanding completion on a task that physically cannot be completed. So it just keeps revving, keeps reopening the file, keeps presenting the better version, waiting for a resolution that will never arrive. That's overthinking in one sentence. It's a completion drive with no way to complete. Okay, so that's why it stays open. But why does it have to be so loud? Why does the slightly awkward comment get top billing in your skull while the nice thing your friend said barely registers? That's program number 2. Your brain is not an even-handed record keeper. It is wildly, deliberately biased toward the bad. Psychologists call it negativity bias, and a landmark 2001 paper by Roy Baumeister laid it out in the bluntest possible title, Bad is Stronger Than Good. Across the board, negative events hit harder, stick longer, and get more mental processing than positive ones of the same size. The rule of thumb a lot of researchers use is that it takes something like 5 good interactions to outweigh 1 bad one. 1 sharp comment can sink a whole pleasant afternoon. 1 critical review drowns out 10 kind ones, and evolution built it that way on purpose. Picture your ancestor. If she missed a piece of good news, a nice berry bush, a friendly face, she lost a small bonus, annoying, survivable. But if she missed a piece of bad news, a threat, a social misstep that got her on the outs with the group, that could get her killed, the cost of those 2 mistakes was wildly lopsided. So the brain that survived was the one that treated the negative as urgent and the positive as optional. Therefore, your social mistakes get filed in red ink, triple underlined, top of the pile. Your social wins get filed in pencil, somewhere in the back. The awkward moment isn't replaying because it was important. It's replaying because your brain is convinced that not solving it could cost you the tribe. And there's the engine for the whole thing, an open loop from the Zeigarnik effect that the negativity bias has flagged as a 5-alarm emergency. Of course, you can't put it down. Your brain thinks your standing in the group is on the line and that the matter is still unresolved. That is the precise recipe for a thought that will not leave. Now, your brain has a justification for all this. It tells you the replaying is productive, that if you just run the tape one more time, you'll learn something, fix something, be ready next time. That's the third program, and it's the sneakiest. The psychologist Susan Nolan Huxamer spent her career studying it, and she gave it a name: rumination. Rumination is the brain mistaking churning for problem solving. Real problem solving moves toward an action. Rumination just circles. It feels like work, it feels almost responsible, but Nolan Huxamer's research showed it doesn't fix anything. It just deepens the groove and makes you feel worse. You're not analyzing the conversation, you're marinating in it. And here's the final mercy, the fact that should genuinely set you free. The person on the other side of that conversation, they've forgotten it, almost certainly, completely. In 2000, a psychologist named Thomas Gilovich ran a now famous set of studies on what he called the spotlight effect. He had people walk into a room wearing an embarrassing t-shirt and then guess how many people noticed. They guessed about half. The real number was a tiny fraction of that. We drastically, consistently overestimate how much other people clock our slip-ups. Because you are the star of your own movie, you assume there's a spotlight on you. There isn't. Everyone else is starring in their movie, replaying their awkward moment, certain that you noticed theirs. So you are the only person on Earth who still has a ticket to this screening. You're alone in the theater, watching the tape on a loop, while the other person closed their loop the second they walked away. So pull it together. The replay won't stop because it's an open loop your brain can't close, flagged as a survival threat it can't ignore, fed by a churning it mistakes for problem solving, about a moment literally no one else remembers. Every one of those systems works. They're just all aimed at a ghost. If you want more of this, the actual machinery behind the things your brain does to you, subscribe. I make a new one every week. One quietly weird, deeply human thing, taken apart and explained. You start to feel a lot less broken once you can see the gears. I'd love to have you around. So how do you close a loop that can't be closed? You trick the completion drive. Here's how. 1. Close the loop on paper. Your brain wants the perfect line said, fine. Write it down, actually draft the thing you wish you'd said in a note, and then stop. Something about externalizing it tells the Zeigarnik machinery the task is handled, filed, done. You'd be amazed how often the thought quiets once it's out of your head and onto something. 2. Catch the difference between solving and circling. Ask one question. Is there an action here? If yes, take it. Send the text, make the apology, fix the thing. Closing the real loop kills the replay instantly. If there's no action, then it's not problem solving, it's rumination, and you're allowed to put it down. The honest answer is almost always, there's nothing to do. It's over. 3. Remember the empty theater. When the tape starts, say it plainly. They don't remember this. I'm the only one watching. The spotlight effect isn't just trivia. It's the literal truth about your situation, and reminding yourself of it pops the bubble. So the next time you're at that red light, and your brain drags you back 4 days, and you hear yourself say the slightly off thing, and the perfect comeback arrives right on schedule, too late to use, you don't have to spiral. You can just notice it for what it is. An open loop your mind is being loyal to. A small old alarm convinced your place in the tribe is at stake. A churn pretending to be work about a scene no one else even kept. You can write the perfect line down if you want, and then you can let the light turn green and drive. If this got into your head in a good way for once, drop a like so it reaches the next overthinker, and subscribe for a new one every week. I'll see you in the next one.